here to perform throughout our show. I'm pleased to welcome Sarah McLachlan to Studio Q. Hello.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
So you're poised at the grand piano there. I assume you're going to play a song off the new record?
I think that's what I'm going to do, yes.
Well, what song is that?
I was singing and playing In Your Shoes. It's the lead single off the new record.
Beautiful. Sarah McLachlan, live in Studio Q.
You turn the radio on, play your favorite song and cry. You let it all disappear, push back the doubt and fear they try. To hold your head under the waves, but you're breathing all the same. You're stronger than they hate. Time for you to walk out, walk in your own shoes, lay down your footprints wherever you choose, and leave it all behind and move on, 'cause you are your own woman. You never ask for trouble, but you got fire that burns so bright. You turn and face the struggle when all the others turn and hide. You hold your head above the waves, above the war they try to wage. You're stronger than they hate. Time for you to walk out, walk in your own shoes, lay down your footprints wherever you choose, and leave it all behind and move on, 'cause you are your own woman. Ooh, yeah, you got a light that always guides you. Ooh, yeah, you speak of open change or something good. Ooh, yeah, you live your truth and know you're not alone. It's time for you to walk out and walk in your own shoes, lay down your footprints wherever you choose, and leave it all behind and move on, 'cause you are your own woman. Move on, yeah. Time for you to walk out, walk in your own shoes, lay down your footprints wherever you choose, and say what's on your mind with pride, 'cause you are your own woman. You turn the radio on, play your favorite song and sing out so loud.
It's a little early in the
Wow, come on. What are you talking about? That sounded incredible. I mean, you haven't been on Q since 2010, so we've got a lot of catching up to do, which we'll get into the record more deeply later in the show. But that song you just played, I understand, was inspired by Malala Yousafzai. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, it started off being a song about bullying. The first line, you turn the radio on, play your favorite song and cry, came out as a little piece, which often happens, and then you have to mine it. Where did that come from? What did it mean? And it reminded me of when I was a kid, sitting by myself with the headphones on with, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway double album spread out, and listening to it and feeling terribly sorry for myself because I had no friends and was being bullied. And so I thought I'd tell the story about that. I turned to Genesis,
Right.
yes. But I couldn't take the song past that. I didn't feel like there was enough of a story to tell. And so I sent it to my guitar player, and dear friend Luc Doucet. And right around the same time, the story of Malala came on the news, getting shot in the head by the Taliban, and her incredible strength, and that she was victorious. She survived, and she endured. And I thought she was just the perfect heroine for the song. And so we were able to finish writing it because of her. So it's very much inspired by her.
Sarah, moving beyond that song, I mean, in general, this album, it does seem less metaphorical or veiled than previous ones from you. It's accessible, it's direct. To what extent was that a conscious choice?
It wasn't conscious. It just simply happened that way. I mean, I don't ever sort of try and push songs in a particular direction. I just felt like, I guess I'm in a place in my life where I had some stories to tell, and I didn't need to make them anything other than what they were. I guess I felt they were strong enough on their own.
I'm going to ask you more about that later in the show as well. But I also thought it was one of the first things that struck me about this record was seeing some of the names on it who you worked with. Bob Rock, known for working with Metallica and The Cult, and
To name a few, yeah.
to name a few, and for his castle in Hawaii, which is I think where he called us from, or somewhere like that last time he was on the show. I understand your longtime producer Pierre Marchand, who we'd be familiar with the records he's made with you, encouraged you to work with Bob Rock. What did Bob bring out in you musically, do you feel?
I think Bob gave me the opportunity to sort of go into that other side of me that I don't typically do, which is a little more rockin'. Like he put an electric guitar in my hand and he said, "Okay, come on, show me. You're playing this on piano. Let's try it on guitar." And Flesh and Blood, that whole first riff came from that because I had been playing it on piano, and then I went to the guitar, and I thought it kind of sounded like the Smiths, but he just encouraged that side, and that's part of why I wanted to work with him. Even though, funnily enough, I'm sure if you've spoken to him, he's a very cool, sweet,
Yes.
wise, gentle
Yes.
man, and not what you'd think at all.
If
considering
that's a
the people he's
side
pleased.
of you, the rockin' side, why do you have a reticence to go there?
It's not that I have a reticence to go there. I think what happens is I want to do it, and then something sort of pulls me back into a more comfortable place of a little bit softer and sweeter. But I like that, and I think perhaps it's different with live because I do push it more live, and then when in the studio making records, it tends to go a little softer, and I wanted to kind of push that a little bit.
Yes, Sarah. Please please reject your sweet side. Stop being such a nice person. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for this, and to have you performing throughout the show. We'll have a proper chat later as well.